Bitcoin just pumped, dumped, and faked everyone out. You know, they often say sell in May and go away. But this time, if you sell in May, I think you're gonna cry. Because while everyone's freaking out about the dump, they miss the actual breakout. The breakout that just set the stage for what's to come. By the end of this video, you're gonna see the big bullish break that I'm talking about that is currently hiding behind this bearish distraction. Now, we've seen this before. The fake out is so dramatic and the liquidation so immense, it's bound to distract. I mean, Bitcoin went through $177 million worth of liquidations in just 24 hours. Ethereum, believe it or not, actually dwarfed that. Ethereum's liquidations were at $265 million. This is the value of trades that just got wiped. Now, I got a question for you. How often have we seen the market top off when the interest around Bitcoin is at cycle lows? Well, here's the data for you. Back in 2017, when Bitcoin had $20,000 for the first time, notice interest peaked significantly. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin. Everyone was feeling good about Bitcoin. It was all just positive news. And then fast forward to 2021 when Bitcoin got to $60,000, held closer to $70,000. Notice what happened to interest compared to everything that came before. Interest back then also had peaked. And think back to that time. Everyone was so positive. There was no bearish news on the streets. Everyone was just looking to buy, and buy more Bitcoin. This is going higher. Nothing can go wrong. Now fast forward to today. Bitcoin is sitting at over $100,000 per coin. And interest is at its cycle lows. This is not a phenomenon that we've seen in the past few bull markets. Okay, if everyone is selling, who's buying here, right? Because for price to still be propped up at over $100,000, there had to be a buyer for every seller willing to sell right here. Well, here's who's been buying. There has been a drastic change in Bitcoin ownership this year alone. Businesses have been accumulating Bitcoin. Funds and ETFs have been accumulating Bitcoin. Governments have been accumulating Bitcoin, and the retail cohort has dropped off significantly. And the shame here is that the retail cohort has dropped off while Bitcoin still held true to its entire bull run structure. Now, while everyone's worried about this big fake out, let's talk about this weekly breakout that everyone did miss. Guys, we opened a brand new weekly candle today, and this candle cleared a key region of resistance that had been held by the bears back in December and Jan of last year that resulted in the meltdown back to $74,000. Guys, we have cleared that region of resistance. From all the candle opens we had today, this was the most important one. So we have a weekly breakout for the first time ever in Bitcoin's history while Bitcoin is in bullish compression. Interest is sitting at cycle low. This is not what a top looks like. This is where people are caught off guard. Now, if you guys want to capture this opportunity, okay, you want to stay objective, Sean actually released a sick feature on the Mango dynamic indicator. If you get into the settings, you're now going to see a show entry/bid zone. This feature is now going to keep you guys super objective when you are building your positions. There are going to be times, guys, where you're not going to be on your computers to catch the bid on that dynamic support, and prices then bounce off of it. And you're there left wondering, is this still a good time to get in? Is it close enough to our dynamic support that still makes it a good trade? Well, this new feature is now going to help with just that. It's something to fall back onto for when you are building position and when price is not really on that dynamic support. Now, we know that Bitcoin has been trending on that 12-hour dynamic support. What a beautiful trend it's been ever since it picked up steam right here from that range bottom at around $74,000. Every single visit now of that dynamic cloud has been picked up by the buyers. Now, we know that Bitcoin on the weekly time frame has a breakout move. However, do we start buying Bitcoin right now, right here? No. According to our objective dynamic bid zone, we're nowhere close to the actual bid zone right here. I want you guys to start using this as the position manager. You know, oftentimes you're there left wondering, should I be jumping in right now? Should I wait? Should I wait? Well, this is going to answer that question. If you should be waiting for a bid, or is this a good time to start building your position? And right now the objective range comes in from around $102,000 going down to $101,000. You can now scatter your bids safely through this entire range. As far as your invalidation is concerned, nothing changes there, guys. As soon as we start seeing 12-hour candle closes underneath that 12-hour dynamic support, you have officially been invalidated on the trade. All right, oftentimes I like looking for 2 candle closes under, but that is going to give you your invalidation telling you that, okay, prices are likely going to come down lower. Now, it's only when that reality comes to pass will I actually give you guys the update on the next levels and what happens from then. So if you want to stay up to date with the Bitcoin story, make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon. And based on how this 12-hour is shaping up, I will not be surprised if we get a tap on that 12-hour dynamic objective zone until we get the next pickup. So wait on the bid. Now, for those of you looking to capitalize on this 12-hour bid for Bitcoin, I want to remind you that today is the last day of the BitUnix campaign. All right, they're giving you $10 for just signing up, and for a $2,000 deposit, you're getting $400 back. Guys, this is free money you can use towards putting on new positions. This helps you minimize your risk. This also helps you beef up your trades. That's real trade capital, no KYC, but you can only score it if you use the link in the description below, so make sure to go through that. Traders often tend to lose position because they're losing sight of the forest for one tree, and then prices rip in their face all the way up to 130, 150K, and they find themselves buying the pump. Don't be that guy. We're going to be tracking this Bitcoin trade on the Discord chat. If you're not already on there, get in, themangoWay.com/Discord. I'll now see you guys in there. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.